All right, so let's do some more synthetic division. Cool. Example number 4, we're doing x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus x plus 3x plus 1 divided by x minus 3. Is this in standard form? Yes. Are we missing some terms? Yes. We do not have an x squared term, so let's write this all out. X to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 0x squared plus 3x plus 1. Got it. Now in synthetic division we only care about the coefficients, so let's bring those down. Here we got a 1 and a negative 2 and a 0 and a 3 and a negative 1. Now remember we talked about what we're dividing by? It's the 0 here. Okay, so we are going to actually be dividing by positive 3. Positive 3. All right, draw a line with enough space to put some more numbers here. We bring the first number down, aka we add it with 0, 1. Now we multiply this number by what we're dividing by and put our answer here. So 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Now we add straight down. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. All right, cool, let's do that again. 1 times 3 is 3, and we add straight down. 0 plus 3 is 3. Now we're doing 3 times 3 is 9. Add straight down is 12. And 12 times 3 is 36. And we add straight down and we get 30. Whoops, that was supposed to be a positive 1. Cool. Positive 1, 37. All right, so again, this is our remainder. Right. This is our remainder. This is our constant term. This is our linear term, our squared term, and our cubed term. So let's bring these things down and write them with the correct variable and exponents. This is our remainder over what we divided by originally, x minus 3. Okay, it was positive, put a plus. 12 was our constant term. 3 was our linear term, so it's got an x. 1 here was our squared term, and this guy was our cubed term. And there's our answer. Nicely done. All right, we're going to skip the you try. You are welcome to try. You should get an answer, final answer of r to the 4 minus 5r minus 9 plus 10 over 5 plus r, if you do all that correctly. Cool. Let's go to example number 5. It says factor the polynomial completely. One of its factors is x plus 6. We're going to use synthetic division again. So we're going to take this polynomial, x to the 4th plus 11x to the 3rd plus 29x squared minus 11x minus 30, and we are dividing by x plus 6, right? So that means the 0 that we're dividing by is x equals negative 6. This looks like it's in standard form, and we are not missing any terms this time, which is pretty fun. So let's bring down our coefficients. I'm going to put it over here so I got some more space if I need to. Actually, I'm probably okay. So we've got a 1 for x to the 4th. We've got an 11 for x to the 3rd. We've got a 29 for x squared, a negative 11, and a negative 30. What goes in the box? Negative 6 does. I leave a space. All right, add straight down. We're really adding 0 here, so we're essentially bringing that 1 down to the bottom. Add straight down. 1 plus 0 is 1. Take this number, multiply by the number in the box. 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. Add straight down. 11 plus negative 6 is 5 times negative 6, negative 30. Add straight down. And 29 plus negative 30 is negative 1 times negative 6. 1 times negative 6 is positive 6. Add straight down. We're going to get a negative 5. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. Add straight down, we get a 0, which means we have no remainder, which should happen if one of the factors is x plus 6. So if we have a factor here that's a true factor, our remainder better be 0. Okay, because we never see, when we put things in factored form, we don't ever see plus something over something, right? That is not how that works. It should be perfectly divisible and have a remainder of 0, which it does. So 0 is our remainder, which it should be if x plus 6 is a factor. This is our constant term, this is our linear term, this is our squared term, this is our cubed term. Let's bring that down. X cubed plus 5x minus x minus 5. Huh. This looks squared. Like, I could factor this by grouping. Pretty sure we could factor this by grouping. Pretty sure we can keep going. Let's keep going. Put those two suckers together. Put those two suckers together. What's the GCF of the first group? Well, yes, of course. It is x squared. If we pull out an x squared, we've got an x plus 5. If I want these factors to match, let's divide by a negative 1. I don't know why I put that there. Negative 1 times x plus 5. So now we've got x plus 5 times x squared minus 1. But wait, there's more. This, my friends, bring this paper up. This is a difference of squares. You will soon learn to recognize this guy as a difference of squares because it pops up all the time. X squared minus 1 is really x squared minus 1 squared. So this finally all the way factors to x plus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 5 times that OG factor that we had, x plus 6. Don't you forget me. Don't you forget about me. Right? That's what that is. Okay. You know what? Feeling good, feeling great. Feeling good, feeling great. We're going to move on to this example number 6. The polynomial x to the third plus 7x squared minus 38x minus 240 expresses the volume in cubic inches of a box. The width of the box is x plus 5. What are the dimensions of the box? The length is greater than the height. Good tip. Cool. We talk volume of a box. Volume is length times width times height. We know the width factor, right? These guys are all being multiplied together, so our factors are all going to be multiplied together. So our factor for the width is x plus 5. Let's think about when we do our synthetic division, what are we going to be dividing by? Well, we're dividing by the 0, so we really divide by negative 5. Let's bring our polynomial down here that expresses our volume We got, it's in standard form. We are not missing any terms. So let's just straight up bring down the coefficients. X cubed, that's a 1. 7x squared, that's a 7. Negative 38x, that's a negative 38. And negative 240. What goes in the box? Well, negative 5 goes in the box. All right, add straight down. 1 plus nothing is 1. Multiply the number in the box. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Add straight down. 7 plus negative 5 is 2. Times by the number in the box times negative 5. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Add straight down. We're going to get negative 48. Multiply across. Negative 48 times negative 5. Well, negative times a negative is a positive. 5 times 40 would be 200, and 5 times 8 is 40, so 240, and it's positive. Whew, good. We add that straight down, we get 0, which we definitely wanted to have happen. Thank goodness. No remainder, constant term, linear term, squared term, so we've got x squared plus 2x minus 48. You know, I feel like this is probably factorable. So let's check it out. Let's do some ACB action. ACB. I'm going to bring this up. So it looks like we're running out of space on the screen. A times C, 1 times negative 48 is negative 48. B is 2. What two numbers multiply to be negative 48 and add to be 2? Well, of course, it's negative 6 and 8. Do it a little splitsies of the middlesies. X squared minus 6x plus 8x minus 48. Do our grouping. Find our GCF in. That guy's an x. So we got x minus 6. This one is an 8. We got 8 times quantity x minus 6. So our factors finally are x minus 6, x plus 8, plus our original factor that we had way up here, x plus 5. This all equals our volume. So we know the, get out of your way here. We said the width equaled x plus 5. The length was greater than the height. So this looks like it's going to be the biggest, x plus 8. And the height, is the last one, x minus 6. Fabulous. 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 If the width of the box is 15 inches, what are the other two dimensions? If the width of the box is 15 inches and the width also equals x plus 5, so 15 equals x plus 5, so x equals what? X definitely equals 10. Can you see that further? Now you can. So let's check out that length, which is x plus 8. X equals 10. So 10 plus 8 is 18. Gosh, I wish I had some units, but I don't. That's okay. Length is 18 units. Right? Oh, yes, we do. They're right here. 18 inches. And our height, x minus 6. 10 is our x, so it's 10 minus 6 equals 4 inches. That's what that is. Just out of pure curiosity, what's the volume? V equals 15 times 18 times 4. So V equals something inches cubed. Questions, 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 questions. It's for the reader. It's an exercise for the reader. Love you, bye. Just kidding, I couldn't leave it. 15 times 18 times 4 is going to be 10. 80.